Yo, Tripolar Bear. Just wanted to make a super quick video about what blood crucible points that I'll be taking. If you want to follow along, that's cool. If not, if you think about something different and you want to do some different stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and say what I thought were the good ones. I've not filled my tree out yet, but I can talk about what I would choose and, think about my rationale behind all my choices. So for the very first ones, I like the jewelry absorbing corruption just because then you don't have to worry about links and sockets and colors. You're not putting like 4-link gear in here or whatever. These first ones, I think just jewelry and armor are really nice, right? The weapons, at least for my build, my weapon is my shield. So, the armor one is what I would do for that. But, if you have cool weapons and stuff like that, or even quivers, if you're a bow build, that would be a good option. But this first tier is not that impactful. Obviously, when you can, the very first node of the second tier here is going to be unique equipment for alternate history. Being able to modify unique equipment is going to be very powerful. You can throw all of your kind of 1C uniques in there. If your build has them, you can buy a couple extra, throw them in there, and you could get some crazy stuff, right? It makes it a lot of fun. The next one I went for right away is just transforming to add a link. So if you have like a 6-socketed body armor that's 5-linked or something in there, these aren't too crazy because tainted fusings are what's wild about linking this league. But, it's whatever, right? It's the second tier. There's not really going to be much else to choose. If you're doing weapons and quivers, though, this would be a good one to absorb corruption faster because it is 25%, which is huge. I'm just avoiding this. So if you do have weapons and quivers, I would choose this one. But if you're doing the shield crush, I wouldn't. And then I just filled out sockets. Now coming up to this next tier, I think this stuff is like super, super cool, right? The 10% chance to grant a beneficial modifier 1 tier higher is really nice. I think ignoring the detrimental stuff is going to be okay because I would much rather have like a higher tier of the good thing. And then, maybe the bad, right? Maybe it adds like an extra, like 5 int requirement. Maybe I need like an extra 5 fire res or something. But if I can get, some crazy stuff, right? A huge bump up and, one of those really good beneficial modifiers, then I'll do that, right? An extra 5 move speed on like boots or something like that would be really cool, right? And then I'll take a hit on res is how I think of it. A 20% chance to add an explicit modifier to a magic or rare. This is cool, right? It's like a 1 in 5 to Exalt Slam. So that's the one I'm filling out. Going up next, obviously, my next point is going to be the extra Crucible slot. So you can do 2 things at the same time. You'll see these 1-point ones right here, these 1-point wonders on the left side. These are the first ones you should probably choose. The extra Dream Furnace slots, like not too crazy, but you might as well just be throwing your map in there, right? And you take it out after a couple, right? Don't let it get too crazy and do it right away. So this warped sluice, whatever this is called, when you're in your Scourged map, the item will absorb more corruption each time the map's been transformed. This is cool, but it's only going to be impactful when you're scourging your maps a lot. So I would just honestly choose this one first, because to do and to take advantage of this, you need to have Scourged maps. So you might as well be adding more corruption. So I'm going to add an extra Crucible slot. Then I'm going to put 5 points here. For this last one, I'm taking the extra Dream Furnace so that I could be scourging more maps. 1% chance for transforming to grant an additional beneficial modifier is like huge, right? So you put 5 points here. It's only 5%, but that 5% when it procs is going to be big because then you get 2 beneficial modifiers. Now, this one is another really good one because it's going to raise the tier of an explicit on your gear. So if you have T2 life on a body armor, for example, it'll raise it to T1. This is really, really cool, but I think the beneficial modifier stuff is going to be a lot better because if you're taking the 10% chance to grant a 1 tier higher of the beneficial and then another one, right? Maybe these can proc. It's very unlikely that they proc together. But honestly, eventually the whole tree is going to be filled out soon already. Just off of one day, I'm already into the tier 3 here. It's level 30, of my total level for the Blood Crucible. But you really can't go wrong choosing any of these. Don't put too much thought into it. This is just like what I think you should do. And especially this is more tailored toward the shield crush, right? Skipping the weapons and quivers and whatnot. But, in general, get the extra slots, focus on the beneficial modifier stuff, the links, and then the extra chance to transform an additional beneficial modifier, and then an extra boost there, and then taking the map absorb corruption. Anyway, just wanted a quick video. So when people ask me on the stream, I got some nice stuff to give to them. I'll catch you guys on the Twitch stream though. All right, bye. Subscribe.